Apple's long-rumored foldable iPad might be in serious trouble. Reports now suggest that this long-awaited device has been delayed again, possibly until 2029 or even later. What was once seen as Apple's big step into the future of tablets might end up being a project that never makes it to the market. According to Bloomberg's Mark Gurman, Apple has been quietly developing an 18-inch foldable iPad for several years. The goal was to create a device that could fold in half, combining the power of a large screen with the convenience of portability. It was originally expected to arrive around 2028, but due to design and technical challenges, that timeline has slipped even further, and there's no guarantee it will ever be released. One of the biggest problems Apple faces is engineering. The company has been working with Samsung to improve the foldable OLED display and reduce the screen crease that usually appears on folding devices. But the biggest issue isn't just the display, it's the weight. Reports say early prototypes weigh around 3.5 pounds, which is nearly 3 times heavier than the current 13-inch iPad Pro that weighs only about 1.3 pounds. That makes it as heavy as a MacBook Pro, which completely defeats the idea of having a lightweight, portable tablet. Apple hoped this foldable iPad would be a game-changer, helping it enter the foldable device market, currently led by companies like Samsung, Huawei, and Google. But each delay puts Apple further behind. Meanwhile, the iPad lineup itself is starting to feel stale, with few major changes over the past few years. Sales have also been dropping since their peak in 2021. This foldable model was supposed to bring excitement and fresh energy to the iPad series. But now, instead of excitement, there's growing doubt. To make things worse, competitors are already ahead. Huawei recently launched its own 18-inch foldable device called the MateBook Fold, which weighs about a pound less than Apple's prototypes and costs around $3,400, while it's mainly sold in China. It shows that others are already doing what Apple has been planning for years. If Apple's version arrives heavier, more expensive, and years late, it may not have much of a chance to succeed. Another big question is, who would actually buy it? A foldable iPad that weighs 3.5 pounds and costs close to $3,000 might not appeal to many users. It's too big to be a regular tablet and too limited to replace a laptop. When folded, it looks like a MacBook without a screen, making it bulky and awkward to carry. When unfolded, it's roughly the size of a 13-inch laptop. So what's the real benefit of owning such a device? Apple has always focused on balancing innovation and practicality, but this project seems to be stretching that balance too far. The idea of a huge foldable tablet might sound futuristic, but in reality, it raises questions about comfort, price, and usefulness. Apple also has a history of canceling big projects when they stop making sense. The company recently ended its years-long Apple Car project and paused work on a cheaper version of its Vision Pro headset. If the foldable iPad keeps facing cost, design, and performance problems, Apple could easily decide to cancel it too. Right now, it's hard to know if this product will ever launch. The tech industry moves fast, and by the time Apple's foldable iPad is ready, if it ever is, the market may have already moved on to newer, more advanced devices. Foldable phones, laptops, and hybrid gadgets are improving quickly every year, which means Apple's late arrival could make its product feel outdated before it even hits stores. There's still a chance Apple could pull it off if they manage to solve the weight issue, improve the hinge, and cut down production costs. Apple has surprised the world before with breakthroughs that seemed impossible. But for now, the future of the foldable iPad looks uncertain, delayed, expensive, and possibly unnecessary in a world where other foldable devices already exist and perform better. Apple's reputation is built on innovation and perfection, but this situation raises doubts about whether the foldable iPad is truly worth all the effort. If Apple ever does release it, it will have to be a truly remarkable product, something so advanced that it justifies its long delay and high price. Until that happens, the foldable iPad remains one of Apple's most ambitious but also most questionable projects, a dream that might never see the light of day.